So the EU AI Act Article 12 mandates record keeping for high-risk systems, but a log file is only useful if we can read it. How do we prevent companies from complying with malicious compliance or dumping unreadable binary data? Do we need to legislate a standard forensic data format immediately to ensure the AI Accident Investigation Bureau can actually do its job?
Short answer, yes. Yes, there's no point providing unreadable or meaningless EBB data. I mean, EBB data is fundamentally a set of numbers, but we published a paper basically setting out how you format the data as records in the EBB. And they are just numbers. I mean, you can't get around that. So there may well be, chunks of text or chunks of video embedded in those. But most of the important stuff, which is how fast the robot's moving, the direction it's moving, how it's operating, its actuators, all of that stuff will be pretty much meaningless unless it's interpreted through some tools, some visualization tools. Essentially, a robot simulator, of course, would be able to run, and I've done this. We've done this. We've actually collected EBB data from a real physical robot and then use that to run virtual robot simulation. But you can't get away from the fact that some of the stuff in the EBB is just numbers. I think I forgot to say that what we did is that we wrote a standard for the way that the data is formatted in the EBB, and we define metadata. So there's a high level of metadata, which this is essentially what the format, as it were, that we're doing. And then there are individual records; those have their date and time stamped. And what we proposed in that paper was literally the way it's formatted. So standards, even if we have a requirement for EBBs, which I would love, if the regulator says you must have an EBB. We need standards for the data so that effectively it's readable by third-party accident investigators. It's no good if you have EBBs which are completely unreadable because they're using some proprietary or random format.
Not only that, but we've also seen that corporate profits have been prioritized again and again by a lot of these companies, and so they have a very serious incentive to obfuscate data, destroy data, hide data because of this insane competition between them and the political or public fallout that would happen if they were found to be causes of massive accidents.